All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham HaKadosh. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another Walk and Talk being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. I wanted to do a response video to the video that Menak Tazakba uploaded earlier concerning Drake and, that knowing that he's an Israelite. Okay? And the first scripture that came to my mind when I saw the title of that video was they have no cloak for their sins. Okay, Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago when he came confronting our people about their iniquities, which meant that the blood was off his hands. Now Drake wouldn't had known that he was an Israelite if the Lord had not sent us. So guess what? Now there's no more excuses, There's no more excuses. The scriptures also say that this word shall be preached in all the earth for a sign and a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay? So guess what? That prophecy is being fulfilled. In that video, Drake was standing underneath what would appear to be a so-called UFO. We say so-called UFO because the Holy Scriptures calls them the chariots of Israel. That's why we say so-called UFO. But underneath the so-called UFO, he presented himself as getting beamed up on the chariot, right? And then while he was showing himself getting beamed up on the chariot, it showed the missiles falling. So Drake knows about World War III. He knows about the nuclear war. He knows about the so-called UFOs coming to beam up the elect. So now there's no more excuses for Israel. You can't say you didn't know, because we not only have millions of videos on YouTube, but the Lord got us out there teaching. Okay? It's got to be at least over 1 million people a year that see us out there teaching, rather if they're driving by, rather if they're walking by, rather if they're listening while at work. There's no more excuses, In Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, Ezekiel 3:18, the Lord said, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his way to turn from his wickedness, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Well, guess what, Israel? Your blood's off our hands now, man. We've been warning you. Some of us for over a decade now. Some of our elders and apostles, going on 40 years, So it's got to be over 1 million people that's seeing us out there teaching. So, hey, guess what? Now there's no excuse. When Yahweh Shah come back, he ain't trying to hear some, oh, I didn't know, Nah, you knew. We've been telling y'all to stop smoking, stop getting tattoos, stop making baldness upon your head, making a fucking idiot out of yourself, gang banging, shedding blood, committing adultery, worshiping idols, keeping the customs of the other nations. We've been telling you for years, and now there's no more excuses. You can't say you didn't know, because we've been out there warning you, Israel. So, yeah, I definitely wanted to do a quick response to that because the time of judgment is at hand. And when the Lord brings judgment on the 2/3 of Israel, there ain't going to be no excuse. No, they ain't going to be able to just say, I didn't know. Nah, you knew. If Drake knows, then a lot of these rap celebrities know. And if a lot of these rap celebrities know, a lot of these Jakes that's in the world know. Okay? So, hey, you know, and guess what? If you didn't know, well, guess what? Hey, ignorance is bliss, right? You going a lot of our people want to die in their ignorance. Okay? And one thing I've been noticing too lately, I just also wanted to bring up is that there's been a lot of these places around here that's been closed. Okay, so a lot of these businesses are closing down because the Lord is getting ready to do a number on Babylon, man. You know, we already got a mass military movement going on across the country. You know, so hey, you know, when the time of judgment come, like Proverbs the first chapter say, you know, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, you know. And what did Yahweh say? Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter to the kingdom of heaven, but they that do the will of my Father. And what's the will? What's the will of Yahweh? Well, it tells you in the scriptures. He said, go out and teach, do your videos daily, fast, pray, be brotherly, charity, pay your tithes, you know, keep the Sabbath. You know, tonight's the Sabbath, you know. A lot of niggas is going to be having sex on the Sabbath, cooking on the Sabbath, especially when they're not at work, you know, kindling fires, you know, just being a nigga. So guess what? The Lord gonna start doing a number on Jake, man. He's already bringing judgment on them in particular countries. Whole trains getting derailed, okay? Violent storms. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Is on to the next one.